महाराज की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 O my Lord, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my secular obligations unto you. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। जय गिरिराज की जय। निताय ब्रह्मचंद्र भगवान की जय। श्री रघुनाथ की जय। Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obligations unto the personality of God and Narayan, unto Nar Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. न स्वप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्ठिकी. By regular attendance in the classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of the service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. The loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental song, is established as an invocable fact. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुमिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my switch was to open my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my secular obligations unto him. Welcome to Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are reading from first canto, chapter 19, and the name of the chapter is Appearance of Sukdev Goswami. And today we have to do two verses, number 39 and 40. Okay. Okay, let's read. नानां भगवतो ब्रह्मन् गृहो घरामेधनं न लक्ष्यते हि अभयेनम् आपि गोधिनं कवचित्. नूनं भगवतो ब्रह्मन् गृहो घरामेधनं न लक्ष्यते हि आश्वेनाम् आपि गोधनं कवचित्. नूनं भगवतो ब्राह्मन् गृहो घरमेधनं न लक्ष्यते हवाशेनम् आपे गो अभिनं कवचित्. नानं भगवतो ब्रह्मन् गेहो घरमेधनं न लक्ष्यते हे अव्ययनम् आपे गो ब्रह्मणा कवचित्. Synonyms: Nunam, because Bhagavatam, of you who are powerful, Brahman, O Brahmana, Griho, in the houses, Griya Medham, of the householders, Na, not, Lakshate, are seen, he exactly, Avishatanam, staying in, Api, even, Go Dohenam, milking the cow, Kavachit, rarely. O powerful Brahmana, it is said that you hardly stay in the house of a man long enough to milk a cow. Now, this is who is saying? Parikshit Maharaj is saying and describing about the qualities of Sukdev Goswami, right? Like the name of the chapter is Appearance of Sukdev Goswami, right? What we saw so far, uh, that when Maharaj Parikshit was cursed to die, right, in 7 days, instead of retaliating, he gave up all his kingly robes and then he sat on bank of Ganges, right? And then and when he did that, a lot of sages gathered there uh, to witness the event. And then Sukdev Goswami was appointed uh, uh, to address king question, because Maharaj Parikshit had some questions uh, to be asked, like very important questions, right? That what a person should do if it's about to die in 7 days, and like what is his dharma and all those things, like multiple questions he asked, right? And then Sukdev Goswami was appointed to answer those questions. And here the quality of Sukdev Goswami is described. He's saying, "O powerful Brahmana, it is said that you hardly stay in a house of a man long in, in a house, hardly stay it is said that you hardly stay in the house of a man long enough to milk a cow. Let's read the purport and then we'll have a discussion. Saint and sages in the renounced order of life go to the houses of the householder at the time they milk the cow early in the morning and ask some quantity of milk for sustenance. A pound of milk fresh from the milk bag of cow is sufficient to feed any adult with all vitamins value, and therefore saint and sages live only on the milk. Even the poorest of the householder kept at least 10 cows, each delivering 12 to 20 quarts of milk, and therefore no one hesitate to spare a few pounds of milk for the mendicants. Right, so we are discussing about quality of Sukhdev Goswami, right? Like where Maharaj Parikshit is saying that, O powerful Brahmana, it is said that you hardly stay in a houses of a man long enough to milk a cow. Right? So Sukhdev Goswami, when he, for Madhukari, right? Like when he used to go, right? It is not that for multiple days he's staying in one's Grhasta's house, right? So he only used to stay for the amount like it takes to milk a cow, which is 10-15 minutes, not more than that, right? Uh, and here Prabhupada writes in the purport that saint and sages in the renounced order of life go to the house of householders at the time they milk the cow early in the morning and ask some quantity of milk for sustenance. A pound of milk fresh from the milk bag of a cow is sufficient to feed an adult with all vitamin values, and therefore saint and sages live only on the milk. Even the poorest of the household keep at least 10 cows, each delivering 12 to 20 quarts of milk. Therefore, no one hesitate to spare a few pounds of milk for the mendicants. It is a duty of the householder to maintain the saints and sages, like the children. So the saint like Sukhdev Goswami would hardly stay at house of a householder for more than 5 minutes in the morning. In other words, such saints are very rarely seen in the house of the householders. And Maharaj Parikshit therefore prayed to him to instruct him as soon as possible. The householder also should be intelligent enough to get some transcendental information from visiting sage. The householder should not foolishly ask a saint to deliver what is available in the market. That should be the reciprocal relation between the saint and the householders. So, so we have three ashramas, right? Uh, which are Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, right? Sorry, ashramas are Brahmachari, Grasta, Vanprastha, and Sannyas, right? So householder, right, which is Grasta ashram, right? So they take, this ashram takes care of other three ashrams, right? Because in this ashram only it is allowed to earn the money, right? So when you are brahmachari means like your student life, right? At that time you are not earning money, right? And when you are vanprasth, which is after grasta, right? You already left everything and you went to forest. You are not earning at that time, right? And when you are sannyasi, they don't earn, right? So householders they maintain these three ashrams, right? So it is a duty of the householder to maintain it. And that is what here is getting reflected also, right? Like wherein Sukhdev Goswami, his norm was like he doesn't used to stay more than 5 minutes till the time cow is getting milked. And when he is staying for those 5 minutes, he's enlightening the householders with the spiritual knowledge, right? Not to like what share to buy or what property to buy. Not spiritual knowledge means like uh, who you are, like how you can get more closer to the God. Right? Saintly persons are not like here. That's why Prabhupada right. The householder should not foolishly ask a saint to deliver what is available in the market. Right? That should be reciprocal relationship between the saint and the householder. Uh, we should not ask our spiritual master or gurus, right? Like how we can make material progress. We should ask them how we can go deeper into our sadhana, right? Yesterday, Anandini Kishori Mataji was also saying in the Bhagavatam class, right, in the morning. She was reflecting that when we like Guru should not be accepted just for a fashion that everybody is accepting Guru. Let me also accept the Guru, right? Guru, why you get a Guru or why you accept a Guru is so that uh, first of all you want to become disciple. Disciple means to become disciplined yourself, right? And why you accept Guru is so that you can go deeper into bhakti. You can serve your Guru and then you can go back to Godhead. Basically, to that is the goal, right? uh, so to go back to Godhead, and that is the whole reason why you accept a Guru, so that Guru is, because Guru is representative of Supreme Lord itself. So Guru show you the way or the path, like how to go back to Godhead, right? By practicing spirituality and how to practice that. So Guru teaches you that. So that is the whole reason why you accept the Guru, right? So let's read the next verse, because we have to do two verses and then we'll do more discussion. Okay. So let me get a napkin. Just 1 minute. Okay. Suta uvacha evam abhista prashta sara jana shalyan gira parasayata dharma jeno bhagwan badrayana. Suta uvacha evam abhista prashta sara jana salakaya gira prashtaya bhasta dhara veno bhagwan badrayaha. सुता उवाच एवम् अव्यस्ता पृष्टा सारा जना सलकाय गिरा पराशास्यता धर्मा जानो भगवन् भरायना. Synonyms. Sutta Uvacha. Shri Sutta Goswami said, Evam, thus, Avyata, being spoken, Parashraha, and asked for, Saha, he, Rajana, by the king, Salakasheya, by street, Gira, language, Parashyata, began to reply, Jana, one who knows the principle of religion, Bhagwan, the powerful personality, Vadrayanaha, the son of Vyasadeva. Shri Sutta Goswami said, this is the last verse, right? Shri Sutta Goswami said, the king thus spoke and questions the sage using street language. Then the great and the powerful personality, the son of Vyasadeva, who knows the principle of religion, began his reply. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purport of the first canto, 19th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Appearance of Sukadeva Goswami. Okay, so let's go to the. So this ends the chapter number 9, first canto. Right, so we will go to next week to second canto, right? But let's have some discussion on the previous one. Right, so multiple things are there, right? Like sannyasis or the right, like in here it is said that, or the enlightened people, right, like they don't earn the money, right? Uh, they live on the Madhukari, right? Like in olden time, right? Like where sannyasi used to door, right? They are not that we should when they are coming door to door, they are not coming. Householder not should not think that they are coming for the food. They don't do a job and then they are just coming for to get the food. Why they are coming for? Actually, if we offer food to a mendicant or to a sannyasi, right, we only get benefit, right? Why? How we got benefit is because first of all, that person, right, who is coming, right, throughout the day he is just thinking about the Lord and serving the Lord, right? So, and when we do service to him, right, to that particular sannyasi, right, either offering him a food or a place to sit, right, householder himself get purified. Because I do remember one time I asked Vrajraj Prabhu, right, he came to our house, right, and then I asked him, uh, Like he said, like one thing he said, like Prabhu, householders should do the charity. And the reason for doing that charity is because we don't know from which source you are getting your money. Maybe you are honest, but maybe your employer is not honest, right? Or maybe somewhere in that layer it's not honest, right? But when you do the charity, or when you give charity, money or Lakshmi gets purified, right? So it is very important, right? Like the householder, right? Like they should do the charity, regularly do the charity, to purify the Lakshmi, right? Because so it is. And when you and also like he should invite sannyasis, right? Or the uh, elevated soul, right? For prasadam, right? When they do that, when they serve, when they come and when they serve them, and then do dakshina, right? Uh, so what happens is like with the because everything is like Srila Prabhupada always says, right? How we can make progress is through devotional service, right? So service is very important, right? When you serve a sannyasi, right? Like or a person, like a person who is carrying Krishna in their heart, right? Krishna is pleased, right? Krishna says, I accept service through brahmanas, right? Or indirectly, basically, I accept service through. If you want to please me, serve my devotees, right? And in order to please devotees is like if you are serving prasadam to them, right? It is very pleasing, right? And again, in a pleasing and a very humble way, we should serve, right? Not that if a mendicant came, like, here, food is for you, there is your food, right? We should not do that, right? So we should be very respectful, because when they come, right, and we should inquire from them is not that when my son will or daughter will have a job, or my daughter will have a son or a daughter, right? We should inquire from them is about spirituality, right? How can I go more deeper into my sadhana, right? So it is very important, we should do that, especially treat the sadhus very well, right? Whoever comes to your doorstep, right? And then inquire them regarding the uh, spirituality, or right, how can I go more deeper, deeper and deeper, right? I do with this I am remembering one story, like long time back I heard in one of the lecture. uh, there was one babaji, uh, yeah, in Barsana, right? Man, I think he, if I'm not recollecting it wrongly, right, he used to live in there in one of the gufa, right? What do you call gufa, right, in English? Like in the cave, in one of the cave in the hill, like in Barsana hill, right? And then there was one tiger. He used to uh, who lives nearby, and he used to terrify all the people in around Barsana, right? So that one day that tiger came to that uh, uh, cave where that mendicant was living, right, or sadhu was living, right? And then with the association of sadhu, uh, he also became saintly tiger, so much saintly that he became his disciple. Right? And then Sadhu asked that tiger, go and do the madhukari. So tiger became vegetarian, right? With the influence of, or not influence, I would say, with the association of the sadhu, right? Uh, so and then the sadhu, what he did was he put a tiger doesn't have hands, right? So what he did was he put a bag in his uh, 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 like in his face, not face,
Nick
neck.
Prabhuji.
Neck, yes, yeah, thank you. I was looking for that word. He put a bag in his neck, right? And then tiger went for madhukari, right? First, like everybody was scared because tiger is coming, right? Think about that, tiger is coming at your door, and then, right, tiger is not going to knock, right? He is going to uh, roar, right? So and then everybody was scared, but then they realized, like, he, because he used to sit very nicely, and then and all that, right? Like he was not harming anyone, and then he became favorite of all the devotees there in around, right, who was living there, Brajvasis, right? And they used to give him the Braj rotis. And whatever he collects, he goes to his to the that saint, and he gives everything to him, and then saint give him the share of it, right? So the idea is association is very important. Association of sadhu, right, is very powerful, right? With the we even see, right, in pastime of Mahaprabhu also, right, when Mahaprabhu was passing through Jharikanda, right? So even the animals who are animical, means tiger and deer, they don't go together. Means uh, if a tiger comes, deer runs away from there, right? Because tiger eats deer, right? But we see in Mahaprabhu's pastime, even they were when Mahaprabhu was doing the Sankirtan and passing through Charikanda forest, they were also embracing each other. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, even it is so much so is written, they are even kissing each other, right? Deer and tiger, because there is no and they enmity, right? Like they're dancing together. Like there is a painting also, you might have seen in Krishna house. We used to have that, right? Wherein Mahaprabhu is passing through Charikanda forest and tiger and deer, they are dancing, right? So because in spiritual, because when Lord comes, right, whole spiritual world comes with him, right? And then there is no enmity amongst the animal also, right? So it is very important. Like similar is this association or of the pure devotee, because pure devotee is carrying Krishna in their heart, right? With their purity, they make the whole environment holy. So I do remember one time Shamanand Krishna Prabhuji was mentioning, like in one of the class, what makes a place holy? Like we go to holy places, right? Like Vrindavan, Mayapur, right? So we go to the holy dham, right? What is the main purpose of going to the holy dham? Anybody? What is the main purpose of going to the holy dham, right? That is one of the five potent out of 64 items of devotion service, right? Nine are most important, right? Which
To get
Prahlad
what
Maharaj
is
said.
purified
It purifies what?
or consciousness mind,
Okay, it
basically.
purifies our consciousness and mind. Okay. So, and then out of nine, five are more potent, and one of them is Mathuravas, means going to holy places, right? So, actually, yeah, what you are saying is right, right? Our mind and
Uh,
senses are purified. But how it gets purified is if you just go to Dham, right? Either to Vrindavan, Puri, Mathura, or Dwarka, right? If you go to any of the Dham or Mayapur, right? But if you are just taking the darshan there or pastime places, you will get the benefit, right? But the main reason why you go to the dham is to take the association of the devotees, right there, who are residing there, you to connect with the holy people. That is the main purpose of actually going to the dham, because those are like those devotees who are living there. They have dham in their heart. See, dham is not a physical place. It dham is actually state of consciousness, right? So a saintly person can only take you inside the dham with your, like, when you, and how they do that is you don't see the dham through your eyes, you see the dham through your ears, right? And that is the whole reason why you might, that famous statement is there from Srila Prabhupada, right? All his temples are dham, holy place. All his temples are Vrindavan, because in all his temples, Bhagavatam class or Bhagavad Gita classes are given. Because, and then when that is done, right, and we are just like here also, right, we are just repeating the words of Srila Prabhupada, right, like what he has written in the purport, right? So the main idea is dham is a consciousness, right? It doesn't decreases the now. There is another concept also, right? When you go to either like especially one place hits me a lot, right? In Vrindavan, especially Krishna Balram temple, right? Because so many sannyasis comes there in Krishna Balram temple, right? There is a, like when you go to Krishna Balram temple, there is a corridor, right? And then if you go a little bit ahead, right, take three steps, four steps, right? So then in the middle, right, you have Krishna Balram. On the left side, you have Gaur Nitai. On the right side, you have uh, his divine couple, uh, Radha, Radha Shyam Sundar, and Lalita and Vishakha, right? And on the left side, you have Srila Prabhupada, right? Now, if you see that setup, right, like that corridor, it has a tamal tree in between, not in between, on the side, on the right side of the corridor, there is a tamal tree, right? So that corridor, like if you ever get go to Vrindavan, Krishna Balaram temple, that corridor is very very powerful. So many sannyasis comes there, right? Like if you actually sit there and chant, you will actually will be able to connect, Similarly, outside also, like when you enter the temple, right, there is Samadhi of Srila Prabhupada, right? That is also very powerful, right? If you see, most of the time, if you see there, like brahmacharis and sannyasis, they are sitting there and chanting, right? So, and then if you go up that Prabhupada Samadhi, right, there are staircase, marble staircase which go up, and then they have lotuses of 108 lotus, right? Like if you want to, if you don't want to sit and chant, you can chant on those lotus, right? Each lotus represent one beat, right? I do see people like they go there, devotees go there and then chant like that way also. But what I'm trying to say is, what makes that so? It's on Raman Reti, right? Like that particular, not Raman Reti, sorry, that particular, like where the temple is, right? Like, so the main thing is like what makes that holy is, again it's a Vrindavan Dham, but again because of the so many sannyasis comes there, right? Similarly in Mayapur also, right? Like uh, I know TUP temple is getting built, right? Jai Jai Shri Raj ki Jai, Dai ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, right? So in similarly, uh, couple of years back when I got an opportunity to go to Sri Mayapur Dham, right? Uh, the Radha Madhav temple, right, and Ashtasaki, right? Uh, Actually, when we entered, like we entered through like Panchatattva, like right, like the first thing what you see is the Panchatattva. The moment you enter the temple, right, that is the entrance, right, the main entrance, right. So it is the first thing comes in your mind is once you bow down and stand up, wow, right, so big, right, like out of the world, like the Panchatattva deities, right. And I was hearing in one of the lecture by my Guru Maharaj. Uh, the installation, when the actual installation happened of Panchatattva, right? Like uh, there was no other installation like that because it is out of the world. Like those that much that bigger deities are not there anywhere in the world, right? Of the Panchatattva, right? Mahaprabhu, and especially the site of when they were Mahabhishek was happening, right? Like for the deities, right? There are smaller deities also, and then there are bigger deities also, right? So it is like out of the world, right? Like there are videos out there on YouTube. You can see that, like the ceremony of Panchatattva getting installed, and then once you uh, once you take their darshan, right? And then when you go to Radha Madhav and Ashtasaki, that is another thing. I don't think any other temple has it, right? Radha Madhav and Ashtasaki, right? It's like a full picture frame. Actually, you cannot see like in one glimpse everything. They are so big, so massive, right? That whole altar, like you have to actually have to walk 40 feet in the back, right? If you want to see the whole thing, right? Because in the front you cannot see, and then and again pujari standard there and DT standard there is very very high, right? Like in, especially in Mayapur, Shridham Mayapur, right? So where you see the all the Ashtasakis, right? Radha Madhav is in between, right? And then and every day there is a different darshan, right? Like there is theme, uh, right? Like I'm in a WhatsApp group like where they every day like they share the darshan, right, of Radha Madhav and Ashtasaki, right? So it is. So what I'm saying is like every devotee has their own hit, right? Right. But what makes those place holy is again Jayapataka Maharaj is there, right? Like assisting all the devotees, or helping all the devotees there. But so many sannyasis comes there, right? In Sridham Mayapur also, right? So Mayapur Yatra is there and all that. So that is the thing which makes it holy. Dham makes it holy is the place. Place is there, but what makes it more potent is when uh, saint or sadhu comes there. That makes it more potent, right? Because they walk on that, whenever you bow down, right? Think about it, like when like especially on those places, right? A sannyasi or saint might be standing there, so you are taking the dust of that, like when you bow down, right? You're taking their dust, kind of, when you bow down, right? Like, so the very important thing is whenever you go to the dham, yeah, definitely take the darshan, right? Of the Lord and the pastime places, but we should hear about dham from a saintly person there. That is the most important aspect of dham yatra or mathravas, right? To hear from the devotees, right, or the saintly person. That is the whole concept, right? Why you go to the dham, right? Like it is said that even uh, um, Like when you go to the dham at olden time, it comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, right? Like the devotee used to fast, right? And then actually, King Prataparudra asked, right, when he saw devotees from Bengal, right, Advaita Acharya and others are coming, right, to meet Mahaprabhu, right, and then King Prataparudra asked Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, right? Who are these people who are coming? They're so effulgent, right? So then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told King Prataparudra, like, and this happens in Puri, right? When because King Prataparudra is king of the Puri, right? Uh, uh, so he said, like, they are all associate of Mahaprabhu, and they are coming to take darshan of Mahaprabhu, right? And then King Prataparudra surprised. Then he saw that they are all taking prasadam, right? After that, right? And then King Prataparudra asked uh, uh, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, how come like when somebody comes to dham, right? They first fast, right? Again, like then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told King Prataparudra's main thing in coming to the dham is taking the association of the devotees and to the Lord. There are some rules and regulations, right? I'm not saying you should not follow that, but the main essence is uh, like to take the don't get stuck into the rules and regulation, right? Like other day, like Shaman Kishmaruji was also saying, right? Like dharma and adharma, right? So the main thing is like when more and more once you get deeper into bhakti, right? So we the thing what we should do is like the thing which is making us closer to the Lord, that thing we should follow, right? So the important aspect is whenever you go to the dham, one thing is taking the darshan, right? But also is a very important thing is to listen from the pure devotees, right? And it is very important, right? Whom you are, should listen to also, right? You should inquire, and then you should listen to the pure devotee. That is the main purpose of Mathura Vas, like to have take the association of the devotees who are living there, or you are staying there, or if you're going with someone to have Hari Katha or about the pastime of the Lord. And that is the whole reason why, right? Whenever we go to Kartik Yatra, right, which happens in Kartik month, right? So the first thing what happens is like they take you to the places and they tell you about the importance of the place, and then you do the darshan, then you get more enhanced, right? Like what happened here, right? So that is very important, right? Like to know about the place and then to have the Krishna Katha there in the dham. Any question or comments on this? With these two verses, we ended the chapter, right? And then we will start the Canto 2, like from next week on Monday onwards, right? Uh, but we finished the chapter number 1, right? Which is questioned by the sages. Now the Canto 2 will start. Uh, right, the appearance of Goswami finished. Now the Canto 2 will start next week. But any question or comment? So, like in this. Okay. If not, I will just end here, right? पंचकल्पतरुभश्च कृपा सिंधुदेव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय।